Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle Williams, and today we're going to be talking about the infamous item location that eBay just decided to put in to the 2019 seller update for the fall/winter. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so before we get into it, I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody for helping me grow this channel. We just broke 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely phenomenal. In today's episode, we're going to be going over a couple of things, a couple of key features that eBay has made changes to, such as the item location policy. We're going to go over that. Some of the solutions that I've come across that other people have been talking about. I've been really holding back on this video. There's a few reasons why. Number one, I was really sick this past week, so I had not too much to talk about. My store, I was trying to make sure that it wasn't flagged, as well as that my sales were still increasing, which actually they are, especially after yesterday. I had a pretty good day, but it was Black Friday. And we're also going to talk about the item location policy, because I have some different things that other people aren't doing. So my store specifically is going to be going over a different set of features, and we're going to go over that. All right, so what exactly happened? So eBay has recently updated their item location policy. They are specifically asking for sellers to include a zip code within their listings, and they've decided to add, okay, if you include a zip code on your listing, then we're going to boost your listing up higher in the search rankings. What we've seen is that they've been requesting this time and time again. It was in effect for a while, but they weren't making like as dramatic requests as they are now. So now eBay wants it on every listing. It seemed like they got rid of the multiple listings capability of actually including it in there. It was in their terms of service, and now it's really not being shown in there. However, people who have multiple listings as their item location, I've heard mixed reviews. Some of them are saying it's working fine. Others are saying like they got flagged. So like there's really no clear indication on what is really causing the flag right now. All of my accounts, or my one account that I'm doing is a stealth account, has zero API software connected to it. And it also does not use multiple locations. It has one zip code. The reason why is because when I bought this account, it was suggested to me to use everything on the account and keep it the same for the first 3 months until you get out of PayPal jail and you establish yourself on eBay and your sales continue to roll in. So with this stealth account that I'm running, it actually has a zip code that I've been constantly using, and it seemed to have been working out. I wasn't thrown into the mix when they were like, oh, we need a zip code now. My items already had a zip code. I never really saw increase in sales. I would say that my sales had actually gone down for a while, maybe because the zip code wasn't matching up with where my items were being shipped from. It's still hard to tell, to be 100% honest, but the items that I was shipping out all had a zip code attached to it, and it didn't correlate with where I said my items were located. So that's problem number one. Those of you who have been flagged, we've been seeing that there's a couple of different things I've heard. BCE, possible culprit. A lot of the ones that I have been seeing are coming from Amazon. Like people who are drop shipping from Amazon are getting flagged left and right, it seems like. By uploading Amazon tracking location, like AMZL tracking, that's like a no-no. By using some BCEs, we've heard like that may be a culprit as well. But a lot of you guys who are drop shipping who are getting flagged, it seems like you're using Amazon, and Amazon has been like a no-no for quite some time. So I'll give you a little piece of information that may help so that you can use Amazon. All right, so let's say you have an item that you know inherently can be found on Amazon and Walmart, and it looks like the drop shipper is getting it from Walmart, right? So the price that he's selling it on Amazon and Walmart is almost the same, if not maybe a little higher or a little bit lower. All right. It used to be more effective to use Amazon because you got the 5% cashback credit card. Now you can get 5% back from Walmart as well. So it's kind of like a 2 and 2. However, if you don't have the 5% cashback credit card from Walmart yet, you could still use it from Amazon. And the fact that Amazon ships Prime could also outbeat Walmart, right? So there's still a high incentive to use Amazon. Now, what you can do in such cases, the only thing that you really got to make sure that Amazon doesn't do is utilize those tracking numbers. So you don't want to make sure it's not AMZL tracking. So if it's coming from Walmart and it looks like the drop shipper is buying the items from Walmart, sometimes you can get away with using Amazon as a supplier if the tracking is the same coming from a FedEx or a UPS. That's how I've gotten away with it in the past. Utilized it, maxed my profit percentage, and also gotten the items there faster. So that's a little tidbit trick that you can use, but the main thing is the tracking. And it's kind of like a guess and check. Sometimes you're not going to get the right tracking information. So like if you get, the wrong tracking information, that's really going to screw you over. So you got to be really careful about that. There's a Chrome extension called Tracker Jack that is run by some of my buddies that do that. They can convert and give you tracking information that's tracking numbers that they found that you can then use that are UPS or USPS, one of them, that will give you tracking information that can correlate with when the item was actually shipped. So you guys may want to look into that. It's called Tracker Jack. I think it's like $25 a month, which can also help you as well. As far as like the tracking information though, it's still like up in the air. It's not 100% solid on what's going on with this. Mark, and there's like a couple of guys who had like great ideas out there. I've heard everyone's tossing out solutions right now, but I don't want to do that. I just want to go over, some things that we're testing to make sure that they work. All right, so this happened like last year in 2018, and what I did was when the service metrics came out is I immediately made a huge change. I was selling used items because service metrics wasn't a thing yet, and I was also selling new items. And the used items and the new items, like used items were getting returned like a lot, right? So now the service metrics are if your items get back and returned a lot, then you're going to get hit with these increased fees. So what we did when we saw this coming is I shifted all of my used items onto a new store that I started up to try and bypass these service metrics. And what seemed to happen immediately is my store crashed almost like instantly, both of them, after I made these huge changes in a matter of a short time. So my point is, take this with a grain of salt, watch what is happening, and then adjust when you see results that are actually coming in. All right, so don't make any too drastic changes quickly is what I'm actually trying to say. So now with this situation with the item location, I'm just watching my store and I'm not making any too quick movements because I want to make sure that everything is working accordingly. And I'll show you the results in a second. We're going to go over everything that my store has been facing, the sales, the service metrics, what else? We're going to go over just about everything to make sure it's still on track and I can show you guys. Along with that, there's a new way to dropship that people are talking about. It's not really new, but they're talking about the Chinese dropshipping. So like if you use China supplier, you really don't have to enter the item location right now. So you could just use China, and you got to know how to dropship from China, which I'm not 100% familiar with. By dropshipping from China, you really don't need to add a zip code, and they haven't seen too many drastic changes from that yet. So that's another key feature that we're coming across right now. Another thing is like they're talking about getting, a location in the US. Let's say if you drop ship from the US, so like people are using multiple locations and people are using a zip code. Right now, I use the zip code setting. I haven't seen too drastic of a change. My store is not flagged. However, with multiple locations, depending on who your source is, I have seen people get flagged, and I also see people who are not flagged yet. So it's a toss up in the air. I would recommend, I don't know, if you can use multiple locations, I'd still use it, in my opinion, until it really goes into effect where you have to use a zip code. I wanted to change mine to multiple locations, but I'm going to keep it where it is right now, and I'm going to test it out to see what happens. As I see more results come in, we're going to make and adjust accordingly, but right now I have a zip code on mine. I'll show you my results. Along with that, they also stated like using postcards. So I just saw a video that Mark did about the item location policy, and he was saying to utilize postcards and to get a postcard that has one address to say like, okay, you send out a postcard here from this address constantly and you ship it out to the customer, but it looks like it's coming from a certain address over and over and over again, and then you use that tracking information to upload for that item, and you just send out a message to your buyer stating like, oh, hey, we sent this postcard out, just wanted to make sure it got delivered on time. Your item is coming still and should be there shortly. We're sorry about the mix-up, some kind of something like that to increase and get buyer awareness, and just reach out to them and let you know like, hey, you're going to get a postcard, but your item is still on the way. You got to be creative with this thing. That's another solution that Mark came up with recently. I actually thought that wasn't a bad idea, especially if you're using eBay US still and you're still drop shipping from the US. In my opinion, if you haven't started drop shipping yet, I would definitely look into using Chinese suppliers. That's one of my next goals with my next store that I'm going to try and do, is using Chinese suppliers. My store is growing pretty well still. I was getting frustrated this week because it wasn't growing at the extent that I wanted it to, but to be honest, it's still growing pretty fast. We just broke almost 3,400 in the last month, so that's pretty good. I wanted to get it up to 6,000, but last time I did that, it was at 60K when we got it. 60 items, and right now I only have 40 items, and we're at 3,400 sales so far, which is pretty good. So I'm happy with that, and we're gonna get into that, and I'm gonna show you guys everything that I've been seeing right now. If you guys have seen any differences, drop the comments below. Like, let me know what you're seeing, if you're flagged, if you're not flagged. Give me some indications like, yeah, we faced like this challenge, and I'm going over this right now, and I got flagged using multiple locations. I also use Amazon. I don't use Amazon. I got flagged. I have a zip code. Like, anything you guys can drop it below. But it's going to be a catch-22 with this moving forward, because if you're saying you're shipping from a zip code and you're just putting random, package labels on there that are coming from all over the country, like, is it going to be a problem? We're going to find out. And if it is, like, that idea with the postcards isn't really too bad of an idea. It's going to be an extra cost for you in the long run, but if you can get away with it and you can still get sales, why not? I would still do it. If it's $1, if it's less than $1, I could probably get postcards or something shipped out like from the same location constantly. It's not a bad idea. So that's one for US, and that's what I'm seeing so far. So we're going to keep continuing moving on and talking about everything, and I'm going to break down my store right now for you guys to just see where it's at. So this is me on a seller level showing you guys what I'm dealing with a new stealth account and how it's going. All right, so let's get into this. So we have over here, these are my listing impressions. So this is up until the last few days, like November 26th, which is what it's only showing me for right now. But as we could see, like, the impressions are still pretty high, just over 7,500 in the last few days. They don't really correlate with my sales too much. My sales have gone down a little bit, but it's good to see that the listing impressions are going up and up. So I'm very happy about that. I'm hoping they keep going up, and we're going to keep watching it in the next day. So that's a little tidbit for you guys. 66 transactions, which is still phenomenal. The conversion rate is 2.6%. Click-through rate 2.3, which is still pretty good. All right, moving on right here. All right, we'll go over this real quick. So it is still really early in the day. As you could see, you're probably looking at today like, whoa, your sales are like super small today. Yeah, but yesterday we did about just a little over $200, which is really good. Today we've done 6150. It's actually increased since then. I sold like another item, but it's going back up. It's a little bit half as what it was the other day, which I don't know if the slow sales were for Black Friday, which I'm hoping for, which everybody was hoping for. So I'm hoping it is. Fingers crossed. We'll have to see. But as we look, the trend has gone up and when came back down, and it went back up. It came down slightly, went up, came down, went up, came down again, went back up. It's coming down. Yesterday it went back up. So I'm hoping today it comes slightly higher and we start increasing around 400 sales a day. That would be really good. Last 7 days, $851.87. Last 31 days, $3,423.58. All right, so these are my sales right now. As you can see, nothing too crazy. And this is with 40 items up. Promoted listings is still going strong. I'm gonna show you guys that next. I'm pretty happy with what we got right now. I've been getting frustrated a little bit, but I just want it faster and more, and that's why. And I have no VAs doing this right now. It's only me. So just giving you guys the heads up. All right. So let's look at the next thing over here. So these are going to be my what is this right here? Oh, these are just like total impressions again, just a deeper dive into it, how the impressions have changed. So it's gone up pretty well still, so that's still going up. All right, now let's look at promoted listings. My promoted listings are looking crazy, to be honest. Like this is like crazy. So I had a few days where I wouldn't list like 1 or 2 items because I was trying to slow down sales, and sales definitely stopped. So now I'm like, all right, I gotta keep listing every day. So I'm back up to listing every day. Once again, I am using a what's it called again? A zip code, so they should be going up. And this is in the beginning of the day. I know you guys can see this, and you're like, whoa, your sales have just tanked. Like, no, this is the beginning of the day, and I'm on the East Coast, so you're gonna see this, and you're gonna realize, okay, like, and East Coast gets it first, and I'm up probably before eBay has like just started rolling out. I think they start at like 6 a.m. and it's like it was 9 o'clock in the morning when I took this, so that's why this is so low. But this reached 20,000 yesterday. The day before it was 20,000, and then Black Friday I went all the way up to a little bit higher than 20,000. So I couldn't be happier. We're gonna keep pushing that up. It's going up. It's doing something a little wonky here, but came down just slightly and then just skyrocketed back up. Again, I wasn't listing 100% every day, which you should be doing and promoting almost all your listings if you can generate more sales, more eyeballs on your items and stuff. I have 39 listings promoted, just shy 1 of 40. 273,531 impressions, clicks 1,120, 32 items sold just by just through my promoted listings. My ad fees are just $27.70, and I have all that calculated in, so I know I'm making a profit. Again, these are my clicks. So yesterday my clicks, I had 100 clicks on my promoted listings, which is really good. So it's gone up. Clicks are going up, so that's really good. And then we're going to talk about how many items I have listed. So I have 40 items that are active. I have 4 with questions, and 2 ending today, 4 running out of stock, 3 underperforming, and 1 sold, 1 unsold. So that is my store that we're showing you guys right now. So that's what I'm facing. But other than that, as you can see, everything else seems to be on the up and up. So things that I'm doing, I have a zip code attached. It's a random zip code. It is not where my items are coming from. I do not use multiple locations right now. If you are still using it, just wait it out. See what happens. See as the results change. If you're flagged, then you need to start up a new store. There's really no way to get on flags. So like if anybody is flagged right now, the best way to do this is to just create a new store under the same account that you have. In the past, we've seen how that works, so I'm hoping it still works right now. That's what I've done in the past, and it worked right away. Like my store, any new store is treated like they're brand new, they're not flagged. So that's going to be a heads up for you guys who are complaining like, oh, I'm flagged. Okay, time to start over. Unfortunately, that's what it is. You got to start from ground zero and work your way back up again, and that's how it works, all right? So if you are flagged, start over again. If you are also flagged, we got to figure out what the cause is. So if you can, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys got flagged for, what you think it is. Like some of the culprits that people are saying is possibly BCE, but I've heard mixed results on that one. I'm not 100% sure. I have guys who are doing BCE that say like they haven't seen any thing going wrong. So that's pretty interesting. And then also with Amazon stores, like a lot of people are saying sometimes with Amazon, so you can also get tracker jack, I believe it is, or yeah, tracker jack, which will help you guys create fake UPS numbers that are fake real ones that are just like hijacked tracking numbers from UPS that you can put inside of your listing and say that the item is going to be there, and then you can contact your customer who bought the item and just say, hey, we input the wrong tracking information, we apologize, your item is still on the way, and then send them out the real tracking information without having to upload the actual tracking information to bypass this. All right, you guys gotta think here. You gotta come up with different solutions. All right. Also on top of that, we have the postcard idea. So you guys can send out different postcards. You can contact a postcard company, ask them to send out a postcard to the actual address, use that tracking information, then plug it back into your item tracking information. Then you can also reach out to your buyer stating like, oh, we apologize, the item is on its way. The tracking information that we actually uploaded was uploaded by our computer generated tracking tracker bot, and it uploaded the wrong information. We're getting on the right information. We'll get that out to you as soon as possible. All right, there's different ways around that right now. What else can we talk about? So also, if you're brand new to dropshipping, if you are flagged, it may be worth your while to check out dropshipping from another supplier, a Chinese-based supplier, which is what I'm going to be heading into in my next store that I start up. That's going to be a what's it called again? A dropshipping store, but another stealth account. I want to look into dropshipping from China as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Trying to think of all the other things that could be. So other than that, you guys, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. That's everything that I've figured out and everything that I know. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, drop them here. Let us know what's going on with your accounts, if they're flagged, what you think it's for. If you've seen other results from other people, if you've seen some new things that you think are showing promise, like drop them below. If you have other solutions, I'd love to hear them. We could try and implement them, see if they actually work or not, and actually make these changes. Other than that, guys, if you like what I'm showing you, please hit that subscribe button and that like button, and I hope to see you in another video. Again, I'm trying to drop this out as soon as possible before everybody else, and like just give you my 2 cents. I'm holding out a little bit before more other people jump on this. So there's going to be future updates, and I'm going to update accordingly with that. I'll show you guys process how my store is going up again. Again, we're trying to get this up to 40K, so it'll be a long-standing process, but we're getting up there. All right, guys, thanks for checking this out. Please hit that subscribe and like button. It would mean the world to me, and thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you. All right, guys, peace.
I had to make a couple bands.